Hello everyone, I'm Li Jun, a doctoral student. I'm very honored to participate in this conference. Today my presentation topic is COVID parental distress and problematic media use of preschool in China. Our research team is from Shanghai Normal University, China. As shown here, my presentation will include 7 parts: introduction, research review, and hypotheses, methods, results, discussion, implication, and limitation. Firstly, I would like to introduce the research background and present the lifestyle, physical, and mental health of children and parents were influenced by COVID outbreak. Previous studies show that the proportion of Chinese children overexposed to screens increased significantly during the pandemic lockdowns. However, the essence of the excessive screen time is children's overdependence on screen media, which is problematic media use. And during the lockdown, parents are under high distress. Research indicated that parents' perceived distress affected children's excessive screen time. But much less research has been conducted on the relationship and mechanism between parental distress and children's problematic media use during the pandemic. And the present study explored the complex relations and its mechanism. And next is research review and hypotheses. Interactional theory of childhood problematic media use holds that the following factors influence problematic use of children. Proximal factors such as family distress, maintenance factors, and distal factors. So, parental COVID distress as a proximal factor may have a direct impact on children's problematic media use. And the previous study showed that maternal distress were positively associated with children's increased screen time. Therefore, we proposed maternal distress was positively associated with children's problematic media use. The stress process model indicated that primary stressors created secondary stressors. Research has shown that parents' poor psychological well-being and higher mental distress significantly predicted higher parenting stress level. And study also indicated a positive link between parenting stress and children's screen time. So we proposed the relationship between maternal distress and children's problematic media use was mediated by parenting stress. The uses and gratification theory indicated that people choose phones, computers, and other media to meet their needs. Parents using digital media to achieve specific parenting goals is instrumental use of media in parenting. From the perspective of impact on children, distractor, mediator, babysitter, and backgrounds are negative instrumental use of media in parenting, also known as NIUMP. Studies show that maternal distress was positively correlated with parents' negative instrumental use of media in parenting, and which result in increased screen time of children. Therefore, we proposed the positive association between maternal distress and children's problematic media use was mediated by NIUMP. Based on the above studies, research further found that screen media may be an effective tool for stressed parents to relieve their pressure during lockdowns. So we proposed parent stress and parents NIUMP acted as serial mediating roles in the positive relationship between maternal distress and children's problematic media use. The ecological model of co-parenting showed that supportive co-parenting was a protective factor that may moderate the relationship between risk factors and family outcomes. And previous studies have indicated the protective effect of supportive co-parenting. For example, a study found that co-parenting acted as a buffer in the impact of stressful events on parenting stress. And we proposed that supportive co-parenting moderated the positive relationship between maternal distress and parenting stress. Okay, this is our research model. Thirdly, about research methods. The survey data was collected through the online website, and 1,357 valid questionnaires were used. In this study, children were aged 3 to 6 years old, and N+7 was used to conduct confirmatory fact analysis, and all other analyses were performed using SPSS. Measures include maternal COVID distress, children's problematic media use, parenting stress, instrumental use of media in parenting, and co-parenting. In addition, confirmatory factor analysis is used to test above scales. The next part is about our research results. Firstly, from the table, we can see that there is a significant correlation between the main variables. The results of tests of moderated mediation were displayed in Table 3 and Figure 2. We found that maternal distress positively predicted children's problematic media use, and maternal distress positively predicted parenting stress, and parenting stress positively predicted children's problematic media use. Moreover, maternal distress positively predicted NIUMP, and NIUMP positively predicted children's problematic media use. And parenting stress positively predicted NIUMP. In addition, we found the interaction between supportive co-parenting and maternal distress had a significant impact on parenting stress. Table 4 further showed that the simple and serial mediation effects of parenting stress and NIUMP were significant. To further explain the moderation effect of supportive co-parenting, a simple slope test was conducted as shown in the figure. The result revealed that when supportive co-parenting was at a high level, the positive impact of maternal distress on parent distress was weaker, and the moderating, simple, and serial mediation effect results were shown in Table 5. The mediation effect of parent distress between maternal distress and problematic media use was moderated by supportive co-parenting. Moreover, the serial moderation effect of parent distress and NIUMP between maternal distress and problematic media use was moderated by supportive co-parenting. The next section is discussion. The distressed mother's willingness to provide media for children has increased, and they are likely to restrict children's media use, while their children would be more likely to use or rely on screen media, which in turn negative effect on children's development. So, COVID distress was a risk factor for children's problematic media use, which supported the anti-CPU. Moreover, the findings discovered that parenting stress mediated the relationship between maternal distress and problematic media use. The results supported the stress process model and previous study. The results also indicated that NIUMP played a mediating role in the relationship between maternal distress and children's problematic media use. The findings supported the uses and gratification theory. In addition, the study confirmed the serial mediating role of parenting stress and NIUMP in the relationship between maternal distress and children's problematic media use. Finally, the supportive co-parenting relationship is a valuable and supportive resource for distressed mothers during pandemic and could effectively mitigate the effects of COVID distress on parenting stress. And our findings further show that supportive co-parenting moderated the mediation effect of parenting stress between maternal distress and children's problematic media use, and the serial mediation effects of parenting stress and NIUMP. The following is about the implication of this study. Our research branch, the gap that previous study had mostly examined the effect of parental distress on children's media use from a single level, and our research informed for future research to promote family adaptation and child development in the context of the pandemic, and our research finding may help provide better guidance and support in forming intervention and prevention efforts. Finally, although this study ended to previous research, it had some limitations that could be addressed in future study. To begin with, the current study was a cross-sectional study that could only establish correlations. Moreover, although our study took multiple approach to reduce sample bias in the questionnaire, it still could not be completely avoided. In addition, this study only assessed mother's distress and media parenting practice. Future studies should consider father's distress and media parenting practice. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.